What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Wezot Talks, an American talking about Manchester United, and the Gyokeres price tag has been set. Can United meet it, or Arsenal going to be able to pay that and bring him in to the Gunners? We have a new potential signing on the way in. Really hope not, because it would be a Luke Shaw 2.0, and we do actually have a new signing coming into the squad. It has already been announced, it has already happened, but we could talk about that and more. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button on the road to 100 subscribers, and you guys have been doing an amazing job of wanting to join the community, so let's keep that up. And first and foremost, we will start with the big news, not really big news, but more shocking, hopefully they don't do it type news of Man United have been quoted $35 million by Chelsea to sign Nkunku. That would be absolutely awful. I know he was a big-time player in the Bundesliga and was pretty solid during that time, but ever since coming to the Premier League and Chelsea specifically, it has been nothing but the injury bug. Hasn't had a lot of success with the club either, and the fact that United would even consider bringing him into the squad would just blow my mind. I really don't want him to come over from Chelsea. Another potential Mason Mount coming over to the squad. We already have Mason Mount, who plays an attacking midfield role, so I don't know why you're looking to bring in Nkunku, especially with his history of injuries, and a lot of them. I would like to see the percentages of actual playing time over the past couple seasons of being at Chelsea if he was healthy versus when he wasn't healthy. I'd like to see that percentage of playing time. Not very good at all. We've got the new signing in here, Diego Leon from Paraguay, and it looks like he is going to be starting off with the under-21s, get used to the new country, see how things go, how he progresses, maybe even work on getting him out to be loaned, maybe in the championship or something like that, maybe midway through the season or even at the end of the season. I don't know if he's going to crack the starting 11 anytime soon, but a awesome project that they were able to bring in for a relatively cheaper price. I think it was only like a couple million to bring him in. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty certain it was only a couple million. So really, really excited to see those pictures with him in the United jersey. We do have an update. Barcelona and Man United are set to hold talks in the coming days regarding a deal for Marcus Rashford. The player wants the move and is willing to make a significant effort to make the move happen. That is from Santi. Don't know how dialed Santi is, but if the United stand are reposting it, then it must be pretty solid of a source saying that out there. I know the Nico Williams deal fell through for Barcelona, which is unfortunate for them, but now they're in between a rock and a hard place. Luis Diaz is on their list, and I think if they can't get him, Rashford is kind of all they got then at that point. And if that's the case, can United maybe raise the price on Rashford if Barcelona are desperate? I don't know what Luis Diaz is going to go for, whether it's 60, 50, 70, wherever that's going to be, but I think we could try to offload Rashford for maybe 40. If we could get 40 for Rashford, that would actually be quite good in my opinion, because a few weeks back it was looking like, oh man, if we could try to get 20 or even just get him out for a loan and then he goes on a free, if we could at least get something for Rashford, I think that would be a massive, massive win. In terms of now talking about Gyokeres, and this is coming from, there's been sources for ESPN as well as Talking Sporting this morning, but we will talk about ESPN because this is actually in regards to Arteta at Arsenal setting a deadline to get something done with Gyokeres. Arsenal are afraid that their striker search could drag on well into the summer, and boss Mikel Arteta wants a signing in place within 2 weeks. The Daily Mail, unfortunate the Daily Mail is reporting on it, but reports that Arteta has grown frustrated with negotiations with Sporting for Victor Gyokeres, and if progress isn't made, he will move on to alternatives. The Sun adds that Arsenal are digging their heels in regarding Sesko valuation with his club. Leipzig want upward to 70 million, but the Gunners suggest 60 is fair. Leipzig need to bring in funds to rebuild their squad and had hoped to move on from Xavi Simons after the attacking midfielder asked to leave, but his recent form hasn't attracted clubs. Arsenal still haven't made an offer for Sesko. Don't know where they're getting that last little bit for. I honestly thought they had put a bid in for Sesko, but apparently not. But the first little bit of that is Arteta very frustrated with how talks are going with Sporting. Could Sporting be stonewalling Arsenal for potential other bidders, especially if they're not going to be able to get what they want, which, according to Talking Sporting, reports from CM Journal and IMG, whoever that is. I think he's a YouTuber now, thinking about it. Could be wrong. But it looks like, and then also from this Ebola, Sporting accepts bonus for Gyokeres. The price set by administration for the goal scorer's departures, 80 million euros, can realistically happen through objectives. 70 million euros fixed plus 10 million in objectives. So 70 million euros plus extra fees. So basically 60-ish million pounds could get the deal over the line. Arsenal is still far from the 80 million. So Arsenal sees itself as the only English club interested in Gyokeres, which is quite interesting because I know United obviously want to get him in, so that's a little conflicting of reporting, so got to take that with a grain of salt. So Sporting will sooner or later be forced to lower its demands. Gyokeres continues to reject offers, insisting on his desire to join Arsenal. Arsenal are still far from the 80 million pounds. That is quite an interesting development and update if it is indeed true. Again, we have to take everything with a grain of salt. If it's not a Fabrizio, if it's not a Ben Jacobs, if it's not a David Ornstein, if it's not somebody big who is well in tuned with transfer deals, got to take it with a grain of salt. But if Sporting are looking to bump it up to basically 70 flat with 10 in add-ons, that's quite a hefty price, and I don't know how happy Gyokeres is with that. I know he was pretty poopy pants about Sporting kind of raising the price after they had a gentleman's handshake agreement of X amount of price, which I believe was around that 60 million range, but they're wanting more for him. So I don't know if Arsenal are going to be willing to spend the money to bring in Gyokeres, which will open the door for United to see if things drag on. Let's say that 2-week self-submitted deadline goes by, and then Arsenal's gone. That brings in United, and then United, I think, would be in the driver's seat of, hey, Arsenal wasn't willing to pay this. We are willing to pay this, which I think would be 60 million plus 10 in add-ons in pounds, so 70 million total. I think that would be a fair deal for United, and that's how I could see things shape up if Arsenal are unwilling to spend big money. Because in my opinion, if they are not willing to spend basically 80 million on Gyokeres, or let me rephrase that, if they are unwilling to spend 70 million on Sesko, what makes you think that they'd be willing to spend 80 million on Gyokeres? I don't see it happening, and they could be shooting themselves in the foot if they can't get any deals done with a striker and are forced to play with Moreno up top like they did last year for the latter half of the season. It's going to be real interesting. I still think Arsenal are in the driver's seat, but the pressure's on them to get a deal done and bring somebody in, whereas honestly, the way United should handle this is they should go after whomever they don't bring in. So if they get Gyokeres, try to go for Sesko. I think he's an amazing striker. I think he would be, I don't necessarily know the best fit for United, but he would be a very good fit. And maybe if that's the case, Gyokeres is off the table. Let's say he goes to Arsenal. Maybe then United turn to Osimhen, or maybe they turn to a Mateta, or maybe they turn to somebody else in that striker position. But we will have to wait and see. But if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to drop a thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. Happy July 5th. It is my birthday, so yay me. Super happy about that. But that's going to be it for this one, guys, and we will catch you in the next video.